Namaste. Today I wanted to share a massage technique with you. This is called tapotement. Tapotement is a French word. It means tapping or drumming. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing, is tapping or drumming on our bodies. So this specific massage, and this is why I picked this specific massage, is really good for removing like stagnant energy in your body. So think of buildup of lymph or phlegm or mucus, things like that that just are stagnant in your body and that needs to be moved out. So I wanted to concentrate mostly on the lungs and the respiratory system today. And I will show you how to do these techniques as we move along. But we're going to be concentrating mostly on the lungs, the respiratory systems, the chest, and underneath where the lymph is at. So if you'd like to join me, please do so. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on the ground or on the couch or wherever you're at. And first of all, I would like to ground ourselves, and I want to do a test. I want you to see what you're like now, and then we're going to test it after we do this massage and see how you feel afterwards. And also it's nice to ground yourself before you do massage, just so you can get into that nice space. So let's close the eyes, let's sit up nice and tall, and just start bringing a nice awareness to your breath. Notice where your body is in space. And without changing anything, notice how you're breathing. And notice your chest muscles. Notice your shoulders. Notice your muscles around your pecs and the sides of your body. Do they feel open or do they feel closed in? And as we go through this technique with the massage, the tapotement, since it is a rhythmic massage, you want to kind of find a nice rhythm when you are working with yourself. But you want it to be a nice, smooth, rhythmic pattern. You can keep the eyes closed if you'd like while you do this, but of course open them so you can see what I mean, or when I give you the examples of how to do this. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose and then open mouth. Exhale it out. Great. Okay, so let's open the eyes. Excuse me. In our first technique, we're going to concentrate on the chest. So we're going to use a technique called hacking. Sometimes it's called karate chop because it looks like a karate chop. So you want your fingers all together and your thumb. And you're going to use either the pinky edge side of the edge of the hand or the thumb edge side or the index finger side. And then you're just going to start in the middle and you're just going to start thumping. And then you're going to move to the right. And then it's kind of a cool technique. You got to switch hands now and go to the other side. So it's a quick change. So you come back to the middle and then you change with the other side. And you want a nice beating to it. You don't want to hurt yourself. But you do want to go a little harder to get these guys out, this stagnant energy out. If you do the karate chop, you can, with the pinky edge side, you can go down towards your nipple and then up towards your clavicle on either side. That feels good too. Or you can do it both at the same time. And then if you close your eyes, you can kind of just feel what that feels like to do this. Nice. And then if you have the eyes closed, open them. And we're going to do a technique with your fists now. So it's a nice slight fist. You want to use the flat edge of your fingers in between the two knuckles. And then also the heel of your hand. And you're just going to lightly just kind of pound on there. Do the other side. And then don't be afraid to come all the way up to your shoulders and then down towards your pecs. And then we'll go under towards the rib cage. And this technique, you can use the fist or you can use a technique called slapping. And you take your fingers together and you use the finger pad, or the actual fingers on the back of your hand, or the front of your hand, I should say, rather, and then just kind of slap. And then you come around here to the other side. You can do one hand at a time. Or you can do two hands at a time. Tapping also works too. This is also another technique. You can use your fingertips, your finger pads, and do that. And this is more direct. This is more precise. And it feels good too. You can do it at the same time. It's a little bit more easier on the shoulders. And then come into your sides, your serratus, sides of your lungs. And then you're going to use that fist technique again by giving yourself a nice hug. And then you're just going to pound all the way from your shoulders down to about midway down your torso and then back up again. And you could just stay where you have the hug and just pound there. And that feels good too. And this is just waking up the lungs, the nervous system, the respiratory system. Nice. Okay, now we're going to do each side. So this technique is called cupping. So you want to think of your hands in mittens. So you want to have your fingers together along with your thumb, and like you're wearing mittens. And then you want to curl them just a little bit inward so that they look like cups, or like the shape of a C, like a semicircle. And then you're going to use that, and I will start with the right hand, put it behind our back, or behind the back of our head. And then you're just going to take this cupping hand, and you're just going to start at the top of the shoulder. And then you're going to move to your armpit. Lots of lymph in your armpit. That's really good. And then just make your way down to the side. And then you can kind of scoop around to the bottom of the lungs, underneath your nipple. For women, you're just going to trace your breast. And you're using that cupping technique. And I really like the cupping technique because it reminds me of a suction cup. Your hands actually look like a suction cup, and the suction cup is like that vacuum. It pulls, and this is really what it's doing, is it's pulling out this excess stuff that you don't want anymore in your lungs, your chest. And then after you're done with this side, we'll go to the left. We'll bend the elbow, place the hand behind the back of the head, and then we'll do our mitten hands. And then we'll curl them in, do that little semicircle with our hands. Excuse me, and then just start, wow, see, look at, I'm clearing up right now. I'm coughing a lot, and that's good. If you're coughing, if you're kind of hacking, this is good. This is working, it means. And you want to make sure you're breathing through this. Deep breaths in and out. Get that breath going, get those lungs going. And then again, coming up to the armpit, down the side of the body, and back up again. And then when you're done with that, you're just going to finish up. I'll let you decide. You could do the Tarzan technique with your fists. Or you can do the tapping, and this is just for the middle of your chest. Or you can do the slapping with your fingers. Or you can do the cupping with your mitten hands. Making the Tarzan sound is optional, but it's fun. Brings light to the situation. Okay, and then when you're done, I like to kind of just sweep all the areas we just did. Flick off all the energy, excess energy that's left over, and just flick it off. Whew. Okay, now let's close the eyes, sit up nice and tall and straight, and just notice how you feel. Perhaps you're breathing a lot better, a lot smoother, maybe a lot deeper now. How are your shoulders? Maybe they're a lot looser now. Maybe they're pulled down away from your ears. And how about your chest? Maybe it's a little bit more open and broader and expansive. Just noticing what you notice, feeling what you feel. And then let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then open mouth. Exhale it out. Go ahead, open your eyes. Thank you so much. I hope you use this. Come back often and use this technique. It's amazing for flu, respiratory systems, and just to be able to breathe properly. Thank you so much. Namaste.